Welcome back to No Sleeping in the Trophy Room, the conversation fueled by motivation, experience, and truth. I am here with two gentlemen who are disrupting the sport of golf and making it look real good. I'm talking about Earl A. Cooper and Olajuwon Ajunaku, the founders of Eastside Golf. We're here at the Chateau Elan Golf Course in Atlanta. It's a beautiful day in the A, fellas.
Oh, man, and I see you dripped out, man. You got the right gear on.
I did good, I did good.
Yeah.
Eastside head to toe. Eastside head to toe.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the collection. Let's go.
It's only right.
I'm ready to step into your shoes, take me into your world, to hear your journey, and to definitely get some pro tips, because this is like my first time on a golf course.
No, we got you. We're going to make sure you're good, man. Trust me. It's not our first time.
Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate it. Let's get this work. Yo, you guys keep it locked right here. This is No Sleeping in the Trophy Room.
Usually you get here, you want to stretch a little bit. You know, you want to warm up. A lot of guys like to get here, I say, an hour before their tee time. But just so they have enough time to, you know, hit the short clubs, the long clubs, but just really get acclimated and see where the ball's going to that. Yeah.
And like you said, it's about warming up. So it's not necessarily about trying to perfect your swing right now. You're literally just getting the body loose. Just, you know what I mean, warming up those muscles. You want to hit a variety of clubs. You don't necessarily have time to hit all your clubs. So typically, you know, I may hit like a sand wedge, a 7-iron, and a driver. Just a little bit of everything just to get that feel. This is where it all starts right here. This is where your day starts for golf.
I want to talk a little bit about like just where you guys came up. I know you represent Wilmington, Delaware. Olajuwon, I know you represent the East Side Atlanta. Talk to me a little bit about just, you know, like what it was like coming up, where you guys came up at, and how that influenced just, you know, just some of the morals that you guys came up with.
Yeah, growing up in Atlanta definitely was a little different than Delaware up north, you know, playing golf. A lot of times down here, our golf courses are flooded with, honestly, diverse folk, black folk, you know, Latinos, I mean, brown folk, you know. Either way, I played in a lot of junior tournaments coming up, and usually I was the only black kid out there, you know, but I saw that I gave more to the game because of it, if I just felt comfortable. But then I saw that when I came out here to these other golf courses, you know, they were all white folks, I didn't feel as comfortable and I didn't feel as welcome. My experience was, honestly, in practice, that's how I got so much practice done. I always went to where I was more comfortable in Atlanta, like Browns Mills, Sugar Creek, Mystery Valley, Johnny White, Charlie Yates. I mean, all of those courses that I grew up around, that's where I learned the game of golf, so.
What about you, Earl?
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, growing up, you know, in Wilmington, Delaware, it's a small town. You know what I mean? There's only 70,000 people in the city, less than 1 million in the state. You know, so it was definitely not diverse at all. But it was one of those things where, for me, I had my parents. I had a couple, you know, folks that looked like me out there, but not too many. We all kind of congregated together and hung out a little bit. But as O alluded to, man, it just so many opportunities, and it was just a whole new world. And even when I would come back home, you know, and my friends, they aspired, you know what I mean? There was always this level of interest, right? Like, oh man, Earl, I see you on TV, Disney World, you winning, you doing your thing, like, but it was no real way for me to like take them with them, right? Because if I take them with them, then again, we gotta make sure we all follow the rules. I gotta make sure we got golf balls. Do I share my clubs? I can't afford if they break the clubs, and like, you know, I don't want to be too loud. It was just so many things that would go on in the back of my head, and I feel like a lot of people honestly feel those same fears that I had at 12 or 13 and bringing their friends now being at 34. It's kind of the same thing, right? And even when I was working at these top-ranked private country clubs, I would have friends, again, I'll never forget it for me. 2016, I was named one of the best teachers in America, and all my boys like, all right, now I'm ready to get a lesson, but I can't even take them to the country club because it's a private country club. So, you know, for us and the brand, it's always kind of been an itch to, you know, go back and figure out, you know, what we experienced and how do we now pour that into, you know, right now when all these folks are coming to the game, we want them to be comfortable.
Who put your first golf club in your hand? And what was that like initial experience like, you know?
For me, a friend of the family put the golf club in my hand. I ended up growing up with his two sons. His name was Daryl Martin. Two sons, Jamil Martin, Josh Martin. I ended up growing up playing golf with them and basketball with them. And what happened was he put a golf club in my hand. I remember First time I took a swing at it, I missed the whole ball. First time, I missed the whole ball.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. For me, it was just about, it was something that, honestly, I was good at a lot of things whenever I just picked it up. But this, I sucked.
Right.
And I was linked to it ever since.
Yeah.
It just made me work hard.
Well, look, guys, I mean, I feel good. I feel nice and warm. I feel warmed up, you know.
Man, we got to get in there and hit something, man.
Come on. Get up in here.
And then we'll head to the course.
Hopes that the ball's gonna go work its way to the right. So you see that's it took off. Now the ball's moving to the right.
It did exactly what
that's
you said
perfect.
it was gonna do.
Exactly. Boom. That's you can't hit it no better than that, right?
Talk to me about the story about your mentor Josh
Mobley.
And
Wow.
and just, you know, like the impact that he had on you and how that fueled your passion to pay it forward.
Nah, he's an incredible human being. Number one, he basically just opened up his doors early on, right when I first got out of college and pursuing the PGA. I had no money, and he was someone that the head pro, Chris Donahue, introduced us to, took me under his wing, and just older gentleman, but like O says, you know, the moral lessons that you teach, and just, man, I wouldn't be here today. Like, I couldn't afford to stay, you know, in Florida. He was like, yo, you can just get a room, and he was just like, he made sure we had food. Like, he was just someone, and then he actually introduced me to the folks in Detroit, and that's how I ended up getting the head pro position in Detroit, because I met those folks. But he was the one that really opened it up, and I always had a place to go in Florida, and you know, that's huge. I would tell you, like, man, everybody wants to go to Florida in the, you know, in the winter, and for someone to open up their house. And nah, Josh is an incredible guy. He was actually the first African American, I think, assistant superintendent of the Detroit public school system. So he had that like teacher heart mentality, and like, you know, just a great person. And he's someone that I think about often. And he's definitely played a huge role. And he would just mentor me, you know, and still does to today.
And I know you guys met in Morehouse, but please run me through this story, because I love this story about how you redesigned the school uniforms, you know, for an amazing game. Please run me through this story, man, because I love it. I love it.
I mean, honestly, so we had our last athletic director. His name was Andre Patillo, and he got us these. Honestly, they were dope. No offense to Russell, but we had these Russell mock necks, and then we had these huge Russell polos that we had to wear. And honestly, everybody on the team was just like, yeah, we really don't like any of these clothes that they're getting us. We don't like the socks. Only thing we liked was the shoes. You know, so it's crazy. I went out there was no Zara at the time, so I went out to H&M.
Okay.
I bought us, actually the golf store bought us some PGA Superstore shorts, black shorts.
Got it.
Went to H&M, bought us these black polos, and then went to the bookstore, bought these patches from the bookstore, Morehouse patches.
Got it, like the Letterman joints.
Yeah. Put the patches on the polos, had the shorts, and then bought everybody a white belt. We had new uniforms, but it's crazy. Went out to the golf tournament at Browns Mill on the west side of Atlanta. The athletic director shows up. He just like, I have never seen those
What do
uniforms.
y'all have on?
Right.
What do y'all have on? Yeah, what do y'all have on?
You know, it's like a parent when they already know you're in trouble, but they didn't say you in trouble. They just like, hey, what's going on?
What is that?
You guys just brushing it off like, this is
you like these? You know, we like, hey, man.
Full circle moment.
So go get the permission.
And I just love that, because that's so, you know, in sync with what you guys are doing now. You know, and it's like, do you look back at that moment and knowing like where you guys, you know, what you guys are doing now with Eastside Golf? Do you look back at that moment and you're like, wow, I was onto something like early, like this is.
Yeah, I mean, I've always just wanted to be myself out on the golf course. I mean, our tagline, "I just do it," is be authentic. You know, and I mean that through and through with everything we do. Whether that's, you know, me having a conversation with him about our business, or whether we just being friends towards, you know, we got Joe Schmo we're playing with, you know, but at the end of the day, we're showing them a new way of golf.
Let me see that. Let me see the 50 degree.
Let's do it.
50 degree.
You know what I mean?
How far you got, Earl?
About 110.
110?
Yes, sir. Bring it in from the right, ball above my feet, you know. So I gotta,
here we go.
As you would say, I gotta check the lie.
Here we go.
All right. We're gonna start a little right at flag. Nice and smooth.
That looks good too.
I might go in the hole.
Might go in the hole.
That's a hole in one right there.
Sheesh!
Come on.
Show me something.
So 110?
Yes, sir. But just guesstimated.
Talk to me about these next steps in this game right here.
So we're approaching the green, and this is where it's tightly mowed, as we like to say. In golf, it's mowed very low because it's going to be really smooth. There's another thing, again, you can make an impression on the green, which is called a divot. So you got to repair that to, again, make sure that it's nice and smooth. Right now he's marking it, lining it up, trying to figure out the line, right, on what direction he wants to actually hit the ball, just to get it around the hole, right? So one take.
One take, Jake. One take, Jake.
Yeah, one take hold right
on,
there.
baby.
You know what I mean?
Come on. Yeah.
You know what I mean? One take. Pulled it.
Oh, pull.
Yeah, I did. All right.
Take your time.
I pulled it.
Done deal. Done deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want
I
that.
want to talk about the phrase "get it out the mud" and what that means to you guys and how that applies to these shoes right here. I know this is the last collection, but I just love the
Yeah,
story.
they fire.
I love the story. Make sure we
They fire. Got the
know,
green on
you
the
see what's
green.
going on.
Green
You
on
see
the
what's going
green.
on.
Yeah. You see what's happening. PJ Tucker had him in the NBA game.
Yeah, you
Hooping
know.
in them.
So talk to me about that phrase and how it applies to the story in these shoes. Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, from the beginning, my mom used to have 3 jobs, you know, and when she had the 3 jobs, I was trying to find a way to the golf course, you know. It only happened 2 or 3 times, but I had to basically walk to the MARTA bus stop with my golf clubs, you know. So leave the house. By the time I get to the bus stop, I mean, I look down, I'm standing at the bus stop, it's red clay mud splattered all over my shoes. But it's all good. Let me get on the bus, take that about 3-4 miles to the golf course. Then when I get there, you know, take a little breather, but then afterwards I walk maybe anywhere from 36 to 54 holes. You know, I mean, that's all day.
Yeah.
That's all day. So by the time I get done, it's red clay mud all over my shoes, my pants, my shirt, my hat, you know, but it shows grit, determination, that I'm actually out here putting in that work. Like you can see the dirt on me, you know, like I'm here to get it out the mud.
So, you know, the world has like a shared vision now with golf. The world is caught up to how you guys have felt about the game for so long. How do you guys feel about, you know, how, you know, the everybody who we know and love, you know, you see Khaled
the biggest golf influencer right now.
Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
Shoot, I saw a Sexy Red and Sukiyana video. They were on the golf course.
Yes,
You know, it's like
we're on the course.
it's hard. It's almost in everybody's marketing rollout now.
Yes.
So like, how do you guys feel about that? And on the flip side, what are some of the, you know, just uphill battles of breaking down barriers in this game?
So for us, it's more of a thing of like, look, we're trying to educate you. We're trying to inform you. We're trying to give you tools that you can actually go out and enjoy the game and not have, you know, a negative experience. And so for me, love everybody playing it, but we definitely think it's important because that's why we want to pass this game on to generation, because it teaches you so many different things.
I got this segment, you know, on the show. It's called Picture Me Rolling. So what I did was I went through your Instagram feed. I picked out some insightful photos. I would love for you guys just to take a look at what I got here and break them down. I got 3 photos here. We're gonna start, Olajuwon, with you right here. Take a look at this photo and talk to me. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up on the screen right here.
You taking it too far.
Yeah, my bad. I just
They did their homework.
Talk to me about this photo right here.
First off, they got me sitting next to Soulja Boy because that's supposed to be my lookalike.
Okay,
When
got
we
you.
were both younger, I will say me and Soulja Boy looked alike.
Got you.
Yeah, I did a
Okay.
performance one time, and they thought it was Soulja Boy. I was up there dancing. Anyway, this picture right here is of me when I was in college.
Right.
But it was right before I turned pro in college, this picture.
Gotcha.
I did this at Wolf Creek, all the way on the west side of Atlanta. And at that time, it was more about I wanted to chase my dreams. I was willing to do whatever it took to make it happen. I mean, that picture is from a deck that I used to pitch to all the different people for sponsorship.
Right.
You know, I had a bronze, silver, and gold packets just so people can know what the percentages was to sponsor me if they put in that much money. So
That's amazing.
yeah, man, that picture means a lot to me. It was literally my first professional photo shoot. I don't know why they got it next to Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Did their homework, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. They did their homework. You know why? You was out here pulling.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy, who?
Go, bro.
That's your new nickname,
Yeah.
Soldier.
Oh,
When you definitely, in the spirit of Soldier Boy, you definitely hit the golf course first. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. You did it first. You
I
did
did
it
it
first.
first.
You did it
Right,
right.
there we
You
go.
did it
I
right.
did it first.
You did it
There we go.
first. Got that Soldier Boy spirit.
All right, Earl, talk to me about this photo right here. Of you and Joe Biden.
Yeah, so Joe is actually from Delaware, so that's our hometown. And then that's when I was the assistant pro at a Wilmington Country Club.
Okay.
And I'll never forget it. Ron and I built a relationship because actually Ron's son-in-law went to Morehouse. So he kind of that Morehouse connection, and he would, I would see him and Joe kind of come out periodically, and literally he one day walks in the golf shop and he's just like, "Hey, Earl," he's like, I don't know what he said. He might have said, "Hey, somebody want to see you down on the range, or are you ready?" or something like that. Like, "You ready to go train the vice president?" I'm like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, let's go." And it was just like that. So we went out there and gave him a lesson on the golf tee, and it was great. It was interesting. I'll never forget. I asked him a question. I'm like, "So what do you enjoy about coming to the golf course the most?" And he said, "Driving a golf cart."
That's amazing, man. That's a milestone moment.
Yeah.
Appreciate you sharing that bit.
Yeah, no problem.
Gentlemen, talk to me about this last photo right here. I had to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, with the GOAT.
Yeah. The last one, it was right around the time we came out with our first shoe, the Jordan 4.
Okay.
And I believe it was our first time going to the Grove. We went with Gentry Humphrey, who was the VP of Jordan brand at the time.
For those who don't know what the Grove is.
Right.
The Grove 23 that's Michael Jordan's private golf course.
Yeah.
So they only have 150 members. They're hand selected. I wouldn't say not the most expensive, but one of the most exclusive.
100%.
So
100%.
it's definitely a place that was it derived from Michael Jordan actually being on another private country club in Florida at the time, probably a year prior. And the head pro came out, or somebody came out from the golf course and told him, "Yeah, you can't wear those cargo shorts."
Oh my God.
Came up to my MJ and was just like, "Yeah, you can't wear those." He's just like, "Yo, but I can't just wear them." Like, no, you have to leave.
How does that?
Yeah, they were just like, "You have to leave if you're wearing those." So he was just like, "You know what? I'll just go create my own golf course and wear what I want." That was the birth of the Grove 23.
Wow. Yeah. Again, we've seen them a lot of times, but it's hard to get that flick. You know what I mean? So you're in the room, you never want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was, I'll never forget, we went to CC Sabathia. We like, "Yo, C, we want this flick."
Yeah.
And he was like,
"Oh,
because him and M are really close. He's obviously signed the Jordan brand, and him and Jeter being close to them all, winning that World Series, and so he was able to kind of make that happen. And Mike has always been gracious, though. Every time we see him. No, so it was us, me and CC and O were out playing, and then we kind of did 9. And then we ran inside and we saw M in there, and he was just like, "Yo," I went inside first. I'll never forget it. He was sitting next to one of O's friends, Jesse. I don't know who he was.
Jesse Allen, yeah.
So I come in the room and M kind of got his hands up, and I'm like, kind of froze. I'm like, and he gave me that look like I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So he walked over, he like, "All right, okay then."
"Oh, what's up?"
And then we doing 1, 2, and then Jesse like, "Is O out there?" And then Mike like, "Yeah, where O at?" I'm like, "Yo, they out on there on the tee." So it was an incredible moment just again for someone like that to be recognized. But again, he loves what we're doing. He's been an unbelievable supporter of ours, and we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him and those folks. So they paving the way, and we now have that responsibility ourselves. And so grateful for all the opportunities that we get to spread the game of golf.
I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us right here on No Sleeping in the Trophy Room. How we like to wrap these interviews is sharing your champion's mantra, right? So if there's a phrase or a ritual that you guys have that, it's like a beat that you move to throughout the day that kind of lets you know that there's no sleeping in the trophy room.
Yeah.
What is your champion's mantra?
Man.
For me, it's simple. It's dream big because dreams do come true. That's just kind of a mantra that I've been saying now to myself and posting. That's why my Instagram name is Earl Dream Big. So it's more just like really just honestly dreaming big. I think that's something we learned at Morehouse. Not to sell yourself short, you know what I mean? And because a lot of times you get what you were aspiring for and then you realize like, man, I only got this because I wasn't even looking to try to win. I was just looking to place. And it's like, nah, man, go for it. Go for the gusto.
And for me, live your life so you can live your truth. What I mean by that is continue to experience so much that you can. Everything that you do, there's going to be a lesson in what you do. you know, but at the end of the day, there's this goal that you want to hit, but you have to learn all of these things that life teaches you. You know, you have to fall, you have to skin your knee up, you're gonna have to break something, you're gonna have to learn. You know, there's no L's. The L is learning at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, all that's going to teach you is how to live your life the way that you want with that final goal. You know, you'll be able to do any and everything that you want to do. I mean, if we didn't start this company, we wouldn't know how to do every single job there is in this company.
I can't thank you guys enough for taking the
Man,
time.
thank
Earl,
you, bro. This is a pleasure,
Olajuwon,
man.
Absolutely.
much love and respect, man. I can't wait.
man.
I can't wait to see what you guys do next. And thank you guys so much for taking the time, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Eastside Golf. I'm your boy Los Antonio. This is No Sleeping in the Trophy Room. Till next time, we out of here, baby.
Nope.